several factors. In 1990, Capitol EMI Latin came into the market and they bought Cara Record. Cara Record up until that time was the biggest independent label for Tejano music. What this means for the average person on the street is that when the companies come in, they brought in much, much bigger budgets, better productions.
I'd have people coming in from Dallas and from Houston and from other areas in Texas, even from up north, because they liked the sound that I would get.
This man, some could say, is the Quincy Jones of Tejano music. He opened up his own record company, his own studio. In the span of 30 years, I don't think there's a single group he has not produced.
And Manny continues to still be a pioneer and going out and finding young artists that are just beginning their careers and really developing the artist. And then, of course, they grow up and go to bigger labels, as it does traditionally in the music business. Joey Records is another label that's been very successful at establishing local artists and bringing them to national prominence.
What is the Tejano music industry worth right now?
It's tough, somewhere between $2 and $3 billion.
And most of it's centered here in San Antonio and Texas.
I would say 90% of it is centered here in South Texas.
That we export this music. This is one of the few things that we can say that no one else has or generates but us. It comes from this city.
You expect it to get bigger?
I've never made a public statement, but I've always felt that this explosion wasn't going to last. I always felt like, no, it'll just get hot for a while and not. What convinces me today that Tejano's here to stay for a good period of time is that today we're seeing young kids. By that I mean little kids like maybe 8, 9, 10 years old that follow the music, buy the T-shirt, are part of the fan club. They know the lyrics. To me, it shows me these kids at this age, they're already serious about it. Surely for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, they're going to continue to follow the band. So now I'm convinced, that's one factor that tells me this is not going to blow away anytime soon now. It's too hot.
We started the Tejano Music Awards way back in 1980 with the idea, of course, that our first objective would be to promote and to recognize excellence in the Tejano music field.
And the winner, para nuestra gente, el Grupo Más.
We were very, very excited with such an immediate explosion. It created such an explosion in the music, in Tejano music here in San Antonio. And it carried out not only statewide, but throughout the country. And this was achieved within about a period of 3 to 4 years.
Well, Selena y Los Dinos right here, and then we have Grupo Más, we have Excelencia, we have Fiebre, we have Emilio Navarro, of course, David Lee Garza, Roberto Pulido. I mean, it's so many. Gary Hobbs, Elsa Garcia, Laura Canales. I mean, it's so many. We have about 30 artists, major artists in our roster.
All doing very well, I hear.
All doing very, very well for us.
Tejano or Tex-Mex 10 years ago represented maybe 5 to 8 million a year in sales. Today it represents between 25, maybe as high as 30 million. And we're just talking about just straight sales. That's not computing booking fees, merchandise, nightclubs.
Tejano music has really done great for the business. We're the biggest Tejano nightclub on the south side, and it's done wonders for us.
Really, the audience is probably quite spoiled here in that aspect because they're used to seeing the biggest artist of their music they hear every day on the radio, being able to hear him play for $10 at a local nightclub.
Those kinds of performances happen around San Antonio every weekend. One of the reasons why San Antonio is known as the Nashville of Tejano music. He was on the American Bandstand and had a top 40 hit. He also is called the father of Tejano music. Sonny Ozuna invites us home next as the Tejano music explosion continues. Sonny and the Sunliners hit the top of the charts in the early 60s. You might remember Talk to Me. It was the beginning of Sonny Ozuna's music career, which established him as a pioneer in the La Onda Tejana, the Tejano wave. Sonny still lives on the south side of San Antonio in the same neighborhood he grew up in. We visit Sonny at home in his memorabilia room.
People in the Tejano music industry see you as the father of Tejano music. Why?
Well, we basically are one of the pioneers. There's actually 4 pioneers that started La Música Tejana. I am one of them only because of this one particular album. The music didn't really exist till this first album. You can see the condition it's in. And this is one of the first albums for Tejano music.
Igual que en tierra suelta, la humedad penetra. Así penetras tú.
That was released in 1970.
But you had a hit in English that was #1 on the top 40 at one time.
Yes, yes, it was. We had one just coming out of high school. The year was 1963. The song was called Talk to Me.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Does that bring back memories?
It brings quite a few, as a matter of fact. That particular song, along with the other 52 albums, have actually paid the rent for many, many years. But this one in particular, everywhere we perform, even today, at every performance, this song has to be played. Once in a while you hear something and say, oh yeah, we did that in album number 12, and then you hear something else from a brand new group. It feels good to know that we laid the actual foundation.
As we left Sonny's house, he was plugging in a set of keyboards, preparing for his next album. Sonny says his job is not done yet. And what has Sonny's work led to? Some would say Mas. Supergrupo Mas is going where no other Tejano bands have gone. We'll talk to lead singer Joe Lopez backstage, and then take you on stage with Mas when the Tejano music explosion continues. Beginnings of Tejano music, the people behind the scenes, the producers, the accordion players, and the disc jockeys. And what happens when you take all that Tejano music has been and wrap it up with some of the greatest musical talent to hit the stage? They're one of my favorites. It's Supergrupo Mas. Here they are, recorded live on a summertime Saturday night at the Sunken Gardens Theater.
Oh, San Antonio! Give it up for Joe Lopez! Oh! Good to see you again! Hasta el sueño querido tenerte, devorándome. Yo mojado en sábanas blancas, recordándote. Tejano show. And if you, the people, make it possible, goes out to you. He llenado tu tiempo vacío de aventuras más. Y mi mente se llena de tristeza por no verte más. Y asciende el amor y te he nombrado sin quererlo yo, porque en todas mis coros salvajes de tu sexo amor. Hasta el sueño querido tenerte devorándome. Yo mojado en sábanas blancas llorándote. En mi cama nadie es como tú. No he podido encontrar la mujer que rebusque su cuerpo, que en cada rincón sin que sobre un pedazo de piedra devórame otra vez, devórame otra vez, ven castígame con tus deseos más que mi pecho arde para ti, devórame otra vez, devórame otra vez, que la boca me sabe a su cuerpo, que se esperan mis ganas por ti, hasta el sueño querido tenerte devorándome. Yo mojado mis sábanas blancas llorándote. En mi cama nadie es como tú. No he podido encontrar la mujer que rebusque su cuerpo en cada rincón sin que sobre un pedazo de piel. Devórame otra vez, devórame otra vez, ven castígame con tus deseos más, que mi pecho arde para ti, devórame otra vez, devórame otra vez, que la boca me sabe a su cuerpo, que se esperan mis ganas por ti, devórame otra vez, devórame otra vez, que la boca me sabe a su cuerpo, que se esperan mis ganas por ti.
Grupo Más is I would say, is the first group that sold 100,000 copies in the state of Texas, and now it's the first group that went into Mexico, deep inside Mexico, and is carrying our flag all over Mexico now.
What do you write about? What do you sing? What do you communicate to the people?
Well, we write about, about love and everyday things that happen, just like country songs. They all talk about love and how, how she left.